All right, Hugo.
Hey, how's it going?
My man. My man.
Good,
Guys,
good
look,
to see.
we're going to kind of start this a little early, but I kind of want to give it a few minutes before we really get things rolling here. I want to give everyone a chance to kind of get in here before we start. So we're just going to kind of hang out here for a couple of minutes, let people start rolling in here, and then we will start the show. Um, so real quick, guys, can you let me know how our audio is? Is our audio doing okay? Just want to
Yeah,
make
let us know.
sure.
So
So just so
I
we're
do have
good
like
to
this
go.
external microphone just in case, but if you can hear me good with
Oh,
just AirPods, then we'll go
I
from there.
I'm here. I'm hearing you loud and clear. You're
Perfect.
absolutely fine.
Mm,
Uh,
okay.
I just want to make sure that my audio is good too. So, but we're gonna kind of give this a couple of minutes. Um, let's see here. All right, so we've got a few minutes before it's 8 o'clock. So,
Yeah. No, thank
um,
you. Especially last minute. Yeah, I ended up getting out late and then I had to stop at the store before
mhm.
they closed. Or not the store, but the
No,
auto park. They close at 5. Yeah.
you're you're good, man. Don't.
Yeah.
It's not something that you really had to rush for, right? It's completely
I thought
fine.
it was
Things happen.
last week. I thought it was last week, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like stuck in traffic and
I've done that.
the
I've
whole
done that before, dude. I've done that before. I can't remember if I've done that with work before, but I do know for a fact that I've had one of those moments where I thought I had to show up somewhere, and I showed up to that place, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, that was like for next week."
you're like, oh,
Oh,
the amount
well,
of
now
relief I
now I have
felt
to
because
clean the shit out of my pants because,
exactly.
you know. Oh
I
man.
still remember messaging your like your response was so confused. Like, what do you mean there's traffic and you can't come to the meeting? Or I'm sorry, not to the live stream next week. And then
Yeah.
I actually I like pinched in on the little thumbnail and it said, oh, next week, meaning today, not today, last week. So
Yeah. Yeah, we
yeah,
all we all get our days mixed up. Unfortunately, I get my days mixed
yeah,
up every single day. Yeah, and then Sky reminds me it's her day. So
yep. It's all good.
it's her day every day. All right.
Yep,
That's why the daily dose of dog videos are every single day. So,
yep.
yeah, all about her. She's the center of attention. Well,
Yeah, love it.
especially today because it's her birthday today. So,
Mm.
um, happy birthday to the little shithead.
Oh, happy birthday! Still loves him. What can you
Oh
say?
man. Alrighty. We've got a couple of more minutes here. Let's uh let's let everyone kind of just roll in here. Um for sometimes it doesn't notify people right away when I'm live. So we kind of have to give it a couple of minutes. So um so okay, so you mentioned that you mainly listen to, is it Mexican American music or is it straight Mexican music? Like what do you mainly listen to?
Well, it's funny because as a kid, I used to be like, man, my parents' music is so old and
Hey,
I
that's
can't believe
good
why they listen.
music,
Hey,
man.
but yeah, but here, wait. That was the like the under 15-year-old me. And now that I'm a grown up in my almost like in my 30s, I'm like, wow, these are nostalgic songs. I remember
Yep.
they'll play these musics during like my birthday or Christmas, and
Yeah.
it just brings that childhood memory music.
It
So I'm like, oh, I
does.
remember
It
riding in the
does.
car with my mom. We will go swimming. After swimming, we'll get hamburgers, and
Oh,
then
dude, that's the
or
best.
back then they had roller rinks. So I'm like, or nights like, oh, we go to the roller rink and you can hear,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just,
One of the best times from my childhood is watching the old westerns with my grandparents,
mm,
and it's the same thing. It's the nostalgia of it all.
yeah,
You're hearing the theme songs of the shows, and then everything starts going, and it's just It's awesome. It's awesome. All right. It looks like we are starting to have everyone roll in here, and it's 8 o'clock now. Alrighty, guys. Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, friend. Hi, Lisa.
Lisa. Hope you're
She's the
having a good
pioneer.
night. Oh, she is, dude. She's
I
she's
got
a
way.
she's a trooper. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you, Lisa. You're doing an amazing job. You really am. You really are. Am. You really are. All right. Okay. Hugo, my man.
Oh, one question really quick.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say names or just initials or
You can call me you can call me Jonah. I can call you Hugo. It's whatever. Doesn't matter.
no, 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 like the uplines and the diamonds, all that stuff.
Oh,
Just
oh, oh, oh. You can
just use
just
initials or
you can uh you can just say your upline or diamond or whatever. You
okay,
don't
okay,
you
okay.
don't you don't have to give names.
Okay, just we're gonna keep it like that. Obviously, they know who they are, and
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And who who cares if they know who they are?
Exactly.
This is your story, not theirs. So
Yeah, damn right.
there
It's
you
my
go.
rally time.
It is. It is. No, let's get
Yeah.
let's get to it.
Mm.
All right, Hugo. I want to know all about you. Okay, so kind of give us, kind of paint us a picture of what got you into the business, why you got into it, and what happened while you were in, what made you get out, and what's the kind of shit that you've been dealing with since you've been out.
Yeah. So it started in 2015 around that time. And it was during the summer. I was dating someone. And then I went through a terrible breakup. Crazy story. I was all the way in LA. And I get a
Mm.
phone call saying, we're done. Can't be with you anymore. I'm like, not even a personal goodbye, anything like. So that was like my very first deep, deep heartbreak.
Oof.
So after for those couple months, I was just in a really gloomy state, and I was like, man, this life thing is it's hard. I don't know who to trust. And funny enough, I worked at a grocery store because that's where they find people, though the darn store. So
Was it
and
Walmart?
it's a Kroger.
Oh,
So
it's Kroger now. Oh shit.
well, it's called Fred Meyer. That's the branch it's called
They've
in our state. But
downgraded.
yeah,
They've
yeah,
downgraded.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So and it's funny enough, my sponsor, the guy that found me, he was pretty much like the stereotypical, like, oh, I'm gonna wear my dress pants, a dress shirt,
Mm-hmm.
clean cut hair,
Yep.
and obviously me being me, I always go above and beyond with customer service. He was just asking like, hey, do you know where like the folding chairs are? The folding chairs, man. I carry those so many times.
They made you carry folding
And
chairs.
oh yeah, I don't know if you guys,
What?
yeah, for World Dream Builders, they mean you carry chairs. Literally, they told you like, hey, depending on how many people you plan on bringing, you need to have chairs in the back of your trunk ready to go. Yeah, you
What?
can ask Lucy. She probably knows. Yeah, she's like, bring the chairs. Yeah, folding chairs. Yep.
What? I didn't know that.
What? Yeah.
What? They dead ass made you carry folding
Yeah,
chairs.
folding chairs. I had four in my trunk at one point.
Oh my god! Wow. Because they totally expected you to bring four people and convince four
Yeah.
people to throw away their lives, right?
Yep. Yep.
That's crazy, dude. Oh,
So back
Lisa,
to the
yeah.
story. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, for sure.
No, you're fine. Fine. So back to the original story.
Hmm.
He's looking for folding chairs. He's like, oh yeah, I got some important meeting going on. I know some successful people in the area that done really successful things. But here's the thing, they'll never specifically say what industry.
Hmm.
That's now looking back, even though it's 10 years ago,
Yep.
they never said what industry it was. They just said, I know successful people with really awesome business backgrounds.
Yep. That's
You
that's
said, what are you going to
always
school for?
that's always the thing. That's always the thing with that.
And and at that time, I was going to community college for business because I didn't know what to do. But I just said, oh yeah, I'm going to community college for business.
Hmm.
And then he's like, well, I can introduce you to some business owners. let's trade numbers. And it's always that famous line, I don't know what I can do for you, but let me talk to them and see what we can get for you. I'm like,
Really?
yeah. So
What?
I'm not sure like what dialogue they teach, but they always teach us you almost want to like snatch it away from them by saying, I can't make any promises. I'm not going to guarantee you anything. But if you just pull forward, if you just start leading on,
As a hook, yeah. It's a
exactly. That's the word.
manipulation
That's the word.
tactic.
Yeah. Yep.
Manipulation
Mhm.
tactic to get to gain your interest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And after that, we sat down for them. We sat down at a coffee shop, and
Why is it always a coffee shop?
it's always a coffee
It's
shop.
always a
Yeah.
coffee shop. It's always a
Because it's the
coffee
least
shop.
obvious place. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, you're
Because
right.
looking back, I'm like, a real job interview, you go to an actual building, a real,
Mhm.
like, even a business meeting, you might go rent a conference room or something like that, but never a coffee shop to sit down and let's talk business.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that is actually one thing that really kind of stood out to me when I was first talking with my uplines, right? Every single meeting was at a coffee shop. And we would always talk a little bit. It was a little bit about the business model, very little about the business model, and a little bit about the business, but a lot about personal life.
yep. It's
So,
like, what are your goals? Who do you want to be?
yeah.
What's your end goal? How much money you want to make? Everything. And I
Mhm.
just remember 10 years ago. So it's a little bit blurry, but just speaking about it now, it's like bringing back. I remember, and back then I was into personal like growth, but
Yeah.
that's also the scary thing. Like if you're in personal growth, be careful because there are bad people that can go after that or people that will scam you.
Oh yeah. Big big
And they'll
big
use the
time.
personal growth as a bait and switch. Because I remember saying
Mhm.
like, and around that time before I met the sponsor, I was actually listening like Tony Robbins and just trying to like understand my life and trying to find my purpose and everything.
Mhm.
So I remember saying during that interview like, hey, I actually want to be like the Tony Robbins, maybe speak and help out people and just see maybe I can help them overcome certain things and then obviously his ears were probably like, oh man, it's like butter to my ears. You're saying the right words. I have to show you to my other people.
Yeah. Yeah, they get all kinds of excited because when they see that you are really playing into what they want you to play into, then
Yep.
they're like, okay, well this guy, we got him on the hook. Let's bring him in.
And exactly. Yep.
Yep. So what happened after
Exactly what
that?
happened. After that, they sent me like, oh, here's this address. Come to this meeting. Try dressing your wear a dress shirt or a suit. Because they made us wear suits. And I didn't have a suit. So all I have is like a blue dress shirt, a tie that did my best.
Mhm.
And like here's the thing, like I was a little thrown off. But back then, when you're excited, when they tell you word like, oh, I want you to meet some successful people, they might do something for you. Like that filter, it's almost like it doesn't exist. Like you just say, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll meet you wherever. Like they can say, oh yeah, like I have successful people in the back alley. I'm like, but because you're so excited, like that critical thinking part almost shuts off
Yeah.
and you'll just go like that.
Yeah.
So I went to the meeting and it was like 8 o'clock. It was at nighttime. And I was just, here's the funny part. They were actually helping a friend with cancer
Mm.
and all of the guys shaved their heads bald. So my first reaction, I was like, is this a cult meeting? What's going on?
Well, there's a little bit
Maybe
of
could have been.
redeeming quality there, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they were shaving their heads.
Yeah, all the guys shaved their heads to
Mm.
support him for his
Okay.
cancer journey. So,
Mhm. Okay.
but obviously, first impression, I'm like, huh, what's going on? Like, do I have to get my shave next? Or, but
Yeah, you're up next.
exactly, like, oh, snap, what did I get myself into?
Okay, so you get a
And,
good impression of these guys, right? And then what happens?
oh, I was so hyped up. Like,
Mhm.
it was like dopamine rush, like through my brain, like just motivation just was overflowing because the diamond, he wasn't a diamond yet, but he was like a lower pin at that time. Here's the crazy, it's a parallel story, and it's actually true. He used to work at the same grocery store I did, but
Mhm.
just like 7 years ago. And he also went to the same community college around that same time, like 7 years ago.
Mhm.
So he probably went around there like 2011 or 2009, somewhere around that time.
Yeah.
And I went to that same community college, worked at exact same grocery store in 2015. So when I heard that, I was like, whoa, like, that's why I really fell for it. Because me and that diamond guy, we almost had the same parallel story, the same humble beginnings. Like, he's parents of an immigrant, went to the same community college, worked the same job. And he said, oh, yeah, now I make this much money. I'm making this much figures. Like, I retired my wife.
Mm.
I'm no longer working myself also. Like,
Yeah.
everything just went like, whoa, what is this? I have to know these people. Who is this guy? And the whole time they just kept talking about like mindset and mindset and mindset. I'm like, where's he gonna get to the business part? Like they
Yeah.
fill up the entire, and back then, I don't know about LTD, but our upline diamond, he would speak for 4 hours. So the meeting would start at 8. We'd be done till midnight. And then after that, there'd be an after training
Oh.
for the people who are actually registered business owners.
Mhm.
And it was just more motivational nonsense. But
Mhm.
because I was a guest at that time, all right, they were like, all right, oh guys, it's 11:48. Let's pack it up. Let's everyone go home. So
Yeah. They do that because they know you get tired, right? And when
yeah.
you're tired, you are uh, easier to manipulate, right? Your
Oh,
guards are coming down, right? Because you're just exhausted. Bradley Duncan. Okay. Okay. Is that his name? Bradley Duncan?
that would be the crown guy.
Oh,
So
okay.
our diamond guy is named Matt. So
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
oh, we're just gonna leave it at that. Yeah.
Okay. Um yeah, you really have to watch out for people who can talk without saying anything.
Oh yeah.
you know, especially if they're spending 4 hours on nonsense. But for LTD, it was the same thing. When my Aunt Gala was coming in, he would talk a bunch of nonsense. It was just, oh well, the newbies are just gonna quit. They're just gonna quit. You got to stick in there. You got to stick in there. You gotta play hardball. And it was just nothing about business, nothing about the art
Mm-mm.
of sales, nothing about what it means to truly own a business. You know, downline from the Matt and Briley. Okay, downline from the Duncans. They are now divorced. Oh, that's interesting.
Yep. It's
Really?
a crazy scandal. Yep.
Oh
That's
yeah.
when I left. But back to the
Oh, okay.
original timeline. So this was 2015.
Mm-hmm.
2000. Yeah, it was December. It was December because I remember I was going to turn 21 in 2016. So I remember having my first drink in 2016, legal drink. So,
I remember mine. I was in Korea.
oh,
Go ahead.
but I will say that the tire thing, they get you tired enough so your critical thinking just kind of runs throughout the door. Like it just
Yeah.
disappears. And I was literally texting a friend that
Mm-hmm.
because we go back through our old photos, and anyone who's been in the organization, if you look back through your old photos, you have bags under your eyes. They're like thick, you're like circles.
Oh, really?
And even though you're like smiling through everything, I was going through my old photos and I messaged a friend and she was like, I can't believe I had such baggy eyes because we were all sleep deprived. Because they were really all about like, hey, no sleep till you're dead or no sleep till you're retired. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in reality, it's like, no, you need your sleep.
Which
Now
which
that I'm like,
which that really brings us back to what we were talking about before the stream started, right? You eat, sleep, and breathe the business.
yeah. Oh, and back to the. I know we're probably gonna be circling a lot, but jumping. But
That's fine.
it's our story. But
It's
I
your
will say
story.
that
It's your story.
they yes. In the beginning, they will tell you like, oh, it's only a part-time thing. You only have to do this
Mm-hmm.
about 10
Oh
to
yeah.
15 hours a
Yeah.
week.
I
It's
remember
very
that.
part-time. You can do it outside your job, but the deeper and deeper, the more meetings you go to, the more nuts and bolts, the more deeper trainings, the more night owls. They'll say, what made it work for me is I went all in. I slept this business. I eat at this business. I breathe this business.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were telling me that there was a guy that was literally living off of ramen, right?
Yeah, he was living off ramen. And they'll like they will praise him because he will take like all his vitamins, and dude, the vitamins are like stupid expensive. So
Yeah, I remember seeing some of them were very expensive. I remember really doing price matching for protein the uh the protein powder. That's it. I remember doing price checking for the protein powder, and they had half of the uh, amount for what was being sold on other stores like Amazon, right? Because Amazon is one of the biggest ones.
yep.
But they charged over twice as much.
Oh yeah.
I looked at that, and that was a massive red flag for me. Massive red flag.
And here's the thing: they will say words like, "Yeah, but you get the profit."
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, if you get the profit, when am I getting the full profit? I'm only getting like a very small percentage of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just being brutally honest. I'm like, I remember I would spend like 2/3 of my check just for those monthly orders for years,
Mm-hmm.
years.
Yep. That's exactly what
And
they tell you.
I remember hearing this story about this other girl. The moment she got a raise, her upline told her, hey, you got to put in more Ditto, more PV into your
Ditto.
order,
That's
buy
right.
more stuff. Ditto.
I
Yep.
forgot about Ditto. Yeah. Yeah. Mike, I
Yep. And
appreciate
it
it,
was
buddy.
every month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was every month.
I remember my upline when it came. I think it was my first month in. They said, "Hey, look, you gotta do your ditto. You gotta do your ditto." Okay. Well, how do I do my ditto? They said, "Well, you made some sales, right?" I mean, yeah, I bought some stuff. Okay. Well, yeah, that's your ditto. Just go ahead and put some people in, and say that it was from other people. Um, they told me to do that, and I had no idea what I was doing, and so I was like, okay, well then, and I put stuff in, and there was the 70%, and then
Yep.
that's how they get away with what they're doing.
Well, back then there was no 70%. Like this just started like probably after pandemic. So
Oh, really?
back then you just wrote, oh yeah, I sold $50 worth of products towards mom, and that's it.
What?
Yeah, it was literally just write person's name and phone number. That was it. Email. Now it's like you gotta actually prove like, hey, I put on the website that I sold a case of vitamins to such and such with the address and everything. Or
Really? So you
yeah.
actually had to log it?
hmm
Oh
Back then
man.
it was just simply like, oh, first name, last name, phone number. That's it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they have an entire online system where you would have to go through and check which items you sold to who.
Yep. It's
And
because now
that would be
now
your
that I
ditto.
look back, I'm like, now that I'm now looking back, I was like, dude, that's the FTC or some type of business
And
government regulation.
I
Yeah.
think, I think the distributors get a 10% kickback from that too, right? Is it 10%?
Oh yeah. The moment like they get a higher pin, they get a percentage off.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they say, "Oh, we don't make money off our downlines," I'm like, "Yeah, they do. You get a percentage every time we do more PV. They get a percentage from the company." So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
and they will
that's how
just
they explain
dismiss
it.
it.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
That's exactly how they will explain it. But then when you use your critical thinking and you start to ask questions, then they either outright attack you for daring to ask a question, a reasonable question,
Yeah.
or they pivot to something else. They make a joke out of it and they pivot to something else.
Oh,
Yeah.
for me, it's always the pivoting. It's like, oh, let's talk about something else, or let's switch the conversation another way.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh, dude, these are some evil people, man. I remember the first sale that was made was actually my purchase. And my grandmother, bless her heart, she has diabetes, and it, they they were literally on the phone with my grandmother and I, and they had told us that I know of this vitamin has been able to do some things for people with diabetes. I can't guarantee anything, but just from personal experience, it might help. And so they were pretty much saying, get this because it might cure your grandmother's diabetes.
Exactly.
And dude, I think that was what, like $50.
Yeah.
And dude, yeah. Did anything like that happen to you?
Well, at that time I was healthy, so but they put me on a bunch of vitamins. They'll start adding stuff to my cart that I don't even like. I don't even know if I even need this. But they
Oh
always
yeah.
say like, "Oh, you never know. Like, you know, you when you get older, your bones might get weaker, or
Mm-hmm.
you gotta take care of your immune system. So let's
Yep.
just add a bunch of vitamin C to your order."
Mm-hmm.
And just looking back, I'm like, if I had the wisdom now, I would have been like, let me just get a full blood panel from like a third medical party and see what I'm deficient in. If I'm deficient in a certain nutrient, then just gonna buy what my body needs, not just
Yeah, not just
buy
for the hell
so
of
many
it.
random vitamins.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then and the whole time, like I was just literally just peeing them away. Like my pee pretty much came out green because there were so
Oh,
many vitamins,
oh, oh.
and they were awful.
I'll pretty much.
I don't know if
I
any
will get my blood checked to make sure that I am deficient in vitamin B14. Thank you,
exactly.
dude. That's yeah. These people will take advantage of you at every single turn. So, all right. So, how long were you in for?
9.5 years, almost 10.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
almost 10. Yeah,
Okay. That's quite a
closing at
while.
10.
Okay.
It's
So
it's. I lost my 20s. I was literally messaging my other friend, and she was like, "You do realize like we lost our 20s. Like all our other friends, like they start having families. They start at least saving up for a house, even though the whole housing economy is a whole different story. But they were like, they started making a
oh
down
yeah.
payment. They had a car, and we were told like, oh, live below your means. Live below your means. Don't spend money going out.
Hmm.
And like for them, they
Because
told
it's
us
all
like,
for
oh,
the
your
business.
entertainment. Yeah. So allegedly, they told us like, hey, why go out when you can just have fun with us? Like go to a meeting.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They're very good at convincing you to throw the outside world out,
Yeah.
right? And take you
Or learning to cut
specifically.
costs.
Well, what I'm saying is by telling you about outside costs, right? About cutting your budget, stuff like that. They are removing the outside world from you, and they are
Yep.
caging you up in something that they have built for you, right?
And you don't even know it. It's almost like the frog in the boiling water. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
you put in room temperature,
Oh
they
yeah.
don't feel nothing.
Mhm.
Slowly turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. 10 years later, or like at least at 30 years later, bam! You look back. I'm
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
I gained nothing from it.
Yeah, you really don't. You really don't. They if they actually have the disclaimer, I believe on their website that 99% of people don't make any money from it.
Yep.
So, but they absolutely hide that. They really do. You know. And Mike, you're absolutely right, bro. Rebranded cults. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. It's a cult. All of them are cults.
It's a commercial cult. It's a commercialized cult.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want to accept it was a cult until looking back. It was like what to wear, how to cut your hair,
Mm-hmm. How
what to
to
listen
act.
to.
Yep. How to act. How to
hmm
behave. Who to talk to. You know.
Oh, who to snip away from your life. Some people
Mm-hmm.
know that famous snippy audio. They're like,
Mm-hmm. I remember when I first got in, they were bombarding me with audios. I mean, it was just you would spend hours of your day just watching audios or listening to audios.
listen audios. Yeah. I remember at one point I was listening to like 6, 7 audios a day, like especially during work, because I was working in a warehouse, 10-hour work day. And I was just like put an audio, just
Mm.
listening to them, listening to them, listening to them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And like looking back, I'm like, why did I do that? But because it's like they really do, allegedly they brainwash you, but you don't realize it. But it's so like it's hidden. Like they'll never say, "Oh, well, we never told you to listen to 10 audios." But yet during trainings, they'll be like, "If you want to be all in, that's all we did. We like breathed the audios. We listened to the audios in our sleep." I remember the diamond. He would say, "Oh, I will play the audios as I'm falling asleep and playing on a loop while I'm sleeping, because that's according like psychology. That's when your subconscious mind opens up the most." And
Yeah.
like I fell for all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. They have an understanding of manipulation tactics, and they use that to the best of their ability to, right? Because we all know that we're most vulnerable when we're asleep, especially when it comes
Exactly.
to psychology, and when we leave ourselves vulnerable to any kind of manipulation while we're asleep, we wake up and our minds are warped. I mean, there are so many stories that I've heard from people who have had something that they have wanted to memorize, and they have replayed audios while they were sleeping, and they were able to memorize that as they woke up.
Yep.
Right? It's this weird thing. It really is. So, um, all right. So they're bombarding you with audios, right?
Yes.
What is it about these guys that kept you going in it?
Oh, also love bombing. Like I would get
Oh
like
yeah.
paragraph messages, especially the sponsor would send me like paragraph messages like, "Hey, I just want to let you know you're so awesome. I'm so grateful you chose this business. You're gonna change your family's life. You're gonna change your entire destiny by picking us. I can't believe I met someone as smart and sharp as you. You're gonna be so blessed." And
Mm-hmm.
back then, like obviously coming from a breakup, I was like really hurt. So hearing words that, oh my gosh, people care about me. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, like this is
Yeah.
different. Like I remember even showing a different friend. I'm like, yo, like look at this paragraph. Like it's all like love messaging. But I like looking at now, like that's love bombing. That's a
Yeah.
very toxic
It
toxic
is.
trait.
It is.
But it's so
It
hidden.
is,
Like
bro.
that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a but
Yeah.
during the moment you're like,
It's such a way that they they hide the evil that they're doing behind the love fallacy, right?
yeah,
They make you feel something when you were so desperately looking to feel something, right? And when you're broken, they bring pieces to you that they have molded for themselves, right? And
yep.
that's the problem. So I really hate that they did that to you, man. I really hate that they
Especially
did that to you.
yeah. Especially myself, and I know there's plenty of people who struggle with mental health. I know I'm definitely helped fix my mental health a little bit better now that I left. But during at that time when your mental health's not good, you're much vulnerable to anything.
Yeah.
You're vulnerable to someone says, "Oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
special. You're awesome. You can do big things with this business." So,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Especially.
and
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, looping back to the ditto, there were times where the Diamond's wife would send a message because they always made us do day one. I'm not sure about other organizations,
Mm-hmm.
but with our organization, we always had to do a ditto day one. Like day one meaning the first day of the month.
Yeah.
So you couldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Remember that.
And there were times where the Diamond said, "Oh, I'll put away my rent. I'll skip out rent just to do my ditto first because it's gonna cover my future." And I'm gonna lie, there's a couple times they did
They
skip out
actually
important
convinced
bills.
people to throw away rent money, to throw away utility money for the business.
Mhm. Yep, allegedly, but that's what I heard. But
For who did you hear it from? Did you hear it from your cross line, your up line, your down line? Who did you hear it from?
no, the Diamond was out of the board plans for nuts and bolts, the private nuts and bolts.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Throwing away your rent
pretty much
payment.
skipping out rent. Like you rather be late, like a week late on rent, just so you can do that ditto first. And we
Oh.
do big dittos because for singles it was 200
Mm-hmm.
PV, so 200 points, which at that time was roughly around 600 $600.
Oh my God. I know
And it gets
for
even crazier because they say, oh, but the next level people or the ones who are really all in, they go to 300, which is roughly around over 1,000, between 1,000 to 1,200.
I
And I fell
know
for it.
my upline were doing they were 300 PB.
Yeah. I
And
was 300 PV for years.
oh dude, they would
You know,
tell me all the time, end of the month they would restock on everything, shampoo, conditioner, you name it, all kinds of toiletries, all kinds of energy drinks, all kinds of stuff. They would Oh, it was sick, dude. It was sick.
yeah. And if you didn't do the ditto, the diamond's wife would text you personally. He's like, hey, what's going on? You didn't do your ditto or what? I
Really?
remember getting those messages. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And she'll get like really pissed off if you didn't. It's like,
really? Like what would
yep.
what would happen?
It never happened to me, but I definitely remember hearing like, "Oh, you don't want to make the diamonds wife mad. Like, just that's not a good idea."
Really?
Yeah.
Not
And looking
knowing
back,
that. Go ahead.
yeah, um, low key, I think she's just how to explain it. It's like the mean girl in high school. She kind of acts like she's better than you, and kind of looks down on you if you're not all in. But then during the board plans or the seminars, she'll say, I just want to let every single one of you know that I love you and I think about you and I pray about you guys. And it's another manipulation tactic because
Yeah.
I heard that so many times. And when you're in that state of just desperation and you hear someone, oh, I love you, you're like, oh, okay, someone does care about me. Because you're pretty much cutting out a lot of people from your life.
Yeah.
Even though like I'm still
Yeah.
good relationship with my parents, but I remember just having really rough fights with my dad
Mm.
because he saw it. He saw the BS,
Yeah.
and I didn't. I was so suckered in.
Well, it's not that you were suckered in, because it's not that people get suckered in. It's that people are taken advantage of. That's what it is.
Yeah. Mm,
Because
okay.
my situation was a little different, but still just the same. We were going through mental health problems. Mike, I don't know how these people sleep at night either. Probably because they just got their ditto, so or they just did their ditto. That's probably how they're sleeping at night. They're not getting chewed out. So, anyways, my situation was kind of the same. I was struggling with PTSD from my time in service, and really just going through the motions of trying to survive. I was having panic attacks and everything like that. I had to drop out of school, and they could absolutely sense that, right? They
Oh,
could,
oh, oh, oh. No, go ahead. Finish your story, but
yeah,
I
they.
just came a thought. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna finish mine up so we can get back here.
No, you're good.
Anyways, I've had to cut people out too, right, and replace those people with people who said they cared, right. So,
Mhm.
same, different situation, but vulnerable all the same because of mental health, and they took advantage of that. So, all right, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say my mental health actually got worse being in the organization than better, but because you're so in the love bombing, you
Mm-hmm.
can't even tell that it's getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time they you go out recruit people, they say, "Oh, we're not recruiting people. We're just helping them, giving them opportunity. We're giving them hope." That's how they will mask it. But in reality, it's like you're recruiting people. Like just be up and
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Yeah.
And
Well.
I remember I would go to grocery stores, and before that, I knew I was like socially awkward, but I never had like actual social anxiety. And throughout the years, they're like, oh, your goal is just say hi to three people or exchange names. And after that, learn how to drop the message or sharing what's available. By that meaning, like, by the way, I know some really successful people. I don't know what I can do for you. Give me your number and I'll see what I can do. But there was something inside you that just felt so rough and so wrong about it that
Hmm.
I
Oh
just
yeah,
couldn't do it.
yeah,
And I will start crying. Like I remember so many times I'll start crying in the car before going out to talk to people because I'm like, looking back, I'm like, I don't understand why I can't talk to people. I get so nervous. But that's because for me spiritually, maybe it's your soul telling you like, hey, this isn't really the right thing.
yeah,
You're forcing yourself to do something. And it's different than getting your comfort zone because like right now, like I'm just getting better at my social skills. So even just approaching girls day to day, like that's getting like easier for me.
yeah,
Like now that I'm done with the business, because I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm not here to like get them into something that's not right. I'm not here to convince them to be
yeah,
part of something.
yeah. They
And
push
that's where
you.
the anxiety.
Yeah, you do get a sense of anxiety because they push you to do things that you know are wrong. Because when you're meeting people for, or if it, because when you're meeting people on the sole basis of a ulterior motive, and you know that's wrong, you then develop this social awkwardness, right? Because you begin to think less of yourself because you're doing something that you were forced to do, right?
Exactly.
So,
And they'll always use manipulation tactics like, oh, think about your family and think about your
yeah,
goals when you go out and talk to people.
that's why I say forced to, because they convince you to
Mhm.
believe if you don't do this, your entire future is you're giving up your entire future.
Exactly. And looking
Yeah.
back, like there's thousands of ways to make money now, especially in the online digital era.
Yeah.
Like this isn't the 80s anymore. And
Mm-mm.
that's why looking back now, I'm like, why did I listen to that crown guy talking about building the business and you have to do it my way? And I remember there was a secret recording that, like, sometimes the crown guy would invite some of the other pins into his jet, and they'll start talking about dreams and goals and motivation. And he would say, because it takes six pins to go diamond. And he would say, if you just find six people that are just excited and want to have the life you want to have, then you'll be wealthy and you'll be a millionaire. And here's the messed up part. He says, if you don't do that, your other alternative will be a job. But because you're so in, warped in, that you really do think your other alternative is a job. Now that I'm no longer part of it, I was like, there's kids doing different things, especially with social media and the online world, and it's a big market to make money different ways. So
Yeah.
I'm just now I'm exploring different things.
I remember this speech that was done, I believe, in Germany. I think it was in Germany.
Hmm.
And this was an old speech back in the 80s. And what this one guy said was that he pretty much equated the business, right? The business to a cult back in the 80s. I can't remember this guy's name, but this cult leader had convinced people to off themselves, right?
Oh my god.
And what he said was, if you can if this guy can convince three people to do that, you can find three people to join the business.
Hmm.
And that was one of the biggest like what the fuck moments, like I was like how fucked up is this thing called multi-level marketing? How fucked up is
Yeah.
this? So then you start doing a deeper dive into it, and then you realize how wronged you were, you know? So tell me, what was the last straw for you?
It was when the diamond quit last year.
Okay. What did
That
that look
moment
like?
he sent. So we have this voicemail system,
Mm-hmm.
and they distribute it to everyone. So when the diamonds will send a message and it gets passed down to the downlines,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll say, "Oh, the diamond, he's choosing to step away because of mental health problems." And I don't know what to. My bad. It's okay. Yeah, he's stepping away due to mental health problems. So it looks like the wife is, going to be taking fully charge of everything. And that's when the cracks started. And this was November. And then I went to the meeting a couple days later. And one of the so I have the sponsor, and then the sponsor they have the higher pin, the upline, and that upline pretty much said, like, hey, we're gonna be great without him. Like, this is gonna be a great new future. This is like, don't worry about it, guys. We got you covered. We have great people in the upline to help us succeed in this business. Like, you guys are in good hands. And I'm like, if you lose someone you care, it's okay to feel sad. Why are you telling me, hey, don't worry about it? He chose to do different things. And
Yeah.
yeah, like, do you see how, like,
Yeah.
red flag
Yeah,
that
cuz
is?
yeah, I do. I I absolutely do. For my moment when I realized that I was being lied to it came down to the excess energy drinks, right? And I was researching the excess energy drinks, and there was a lot of confusion around it. And I went up to my upline's upline. I was asking him questions about it, and I said, "Okay, well, you guys have told me that a marathon runner was the one who developed this drink, and so who is this guy? I want to research him." And they told me, "Don't worry about that. Don't worry about his name. That doesn't matter. What matters is the story.
Yeah.
That's what matters." I was like, that's a little crazy to me. That's a little crazy to me. So I started doing digging, and then sure enough, that led me down the rabbit hole. So, um, okay, so
Would you say like the Reddit posts and stuff like that? Oh, because they told us never search anything online. Like,
yeah,
don't type
exactly.
Amway is
Yeah,
bad,
yep,
Pro Gym Village is
yep,
bad.
yep.
And for years, I believed it. And I remember even on my regular YouTube page, like, there'll be videos, and I think their page got taken down, but had like the diamonds had their picture on the little thing. They're like, oh, we're here to expose them. And I'm like, I never watched it. And in the beginning, when I would see those titles of, oh, Amway screwed me over, or here's was my awful experience, I used to be like, and I used to repeat what they say, like, you know what, those people just didn't try hard enough. Those people just didn't
Mm,
believe enough in themselves.
mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I was like, dude, this is a game where not you don't win. It's very small percentage
No, you don't.
where you
You
actually get
never
ahead.
win because
You don't win.
you were never designed to win. And talking
I
about
call it,
videos, talking about videos real quick, Megan had actually posted a video of the apology that Larry and Pam Winters had put out.
yeah,
Well, guess who put a copyright claim on that video, and she got to take it down.
they did. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Fucking
stupid.
scumbags, dude. I hate these people. I fucking hate these people.
But I did see
Anyways.
the video.
Now that
They do
that
make exaggerated lifestyle
they do,
claims.
absolutely they do. Every single conference they do, every single time that they put out an audio they do, right? The whole reason why they have LTD
Yeah.
is to warp the minds of the people that they force to fucking read the audio or read to listen to the audios, right? But
And
okay,
they put down people that,
that turn away.
yeah, that either are no longer in Amway, or that people that just don't get it. And I remember hearing some of the, like, the bigger pins, not from my line sponsorship, but in the conference, you just hear the bigger ones. They'll say, then you know what? If they're not gonna be in this business, then I guess they're just gonna be washing my cars. They'll be putting the fries for my food. So,
Yeah.
like, pretty much almost downgrade them. And I remember I got to the point where, like, I almost started making fun of people who have regular day-to-day jobs. And I even developed this, like, ego personality. I'm like, oh, well, I have a business and you work just a job. And
Yeah, it was
I wasn't cold. I
always
wasn't, yeah.
it was always you what was it? The 9 to 5. You have a 9
Mhm,
to 5, I don't, right?
exactly.
And that's what they always pushed. They
And
always.
I do want to say this, yeah, and always just putting down on people for wanting to save money. And I remember the crown guy who do like talk in a room of like 2,000 people, and he'll start bashing people like, oh, you drive a Subaru, or you drive a Honda, and you drive a downbeater. And I remember one time, because I was really my ego, and this is why me and my dad were like really rough with each other, because he said, oh yeah, like, well, your dad works a job, and your dad probably goes to the junkyard and goes gets tool parts from the junkyard because he can't afford to pay full price because he's a brokey. And I'm back then I was like, oh yeah, like that's so my dad. Now that I stepped down, I'm like, he did his best. He's trying to save money. Knowing
Yeah.
with the at the end of the day, he's a hardworking guy. So
People's families have been torn apart because of the
oh, that reminds me
manipulation.
that reminds me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't me personally, but okay, one of the rules was don't cross line, which I found that so weird. It's like
Yeah.
you can't talk to people or hang out with them. You can only hang out with them. Here was the weird part.
At the
You can only
meetings.
hang out with them at the meetings or
Yeah.
in a church.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You know what's something that's really weird is because I'm not religious, they were really forcing religion down my throat. Because they were talking
Yep.
about my grand opening that that they wanted me to do in a church. In a
Right.
church. So that really begs the question, right? And think about this. If a church is allowing this, how many people are connected into this stuff?
Exactly.
You know, how many churches are allowing this stuff to happen? Right. So that's just something to think about. But they always use almost every single time. It never fails.
Yeah.
They use religion, right? And
Exactly.
back
And
to your
they
point, even when you're in a specific MLM, they they still convince you to look down on not just people who aren't in MLMs themselves, but other people who are in other MLMs.
oh yeah, we always make fun of the other people, like, oh, those guys are like selling like lotions, potions, and um making fun of people. Oh, that lady's only selling candles to her crazy cat friends. I'm like,
Do you want
at
to
the end of the day,
know?
like,
Do you want to know
God,
how many? Do you want to know how many people are affected by MLMs?
probably a lot, but love to hear
So
the number.
I want to say back in 2023, 2024, there was 14.6 million people that admitted to being involved in an MLM. Um,
And
so
less than 1% are actually making the money, which is,
mm-hmm, yeah,
or
yeah,
less than 0.01%. Yep.
yeah. So it really begs the question, and you might not have known this, but
Mm-mm.
um, President Trump was actually involved with a multi-level marketing company for 10 years. He was the spokesperson of a multi-level marketing company by the name of American Communications Network. And so
Was that like the FaceTime phone before FaceTime on iPhone? I just
I have
remember
no
they were
idea.
they were trying. Okay, I
I
just
have no idea.
remember because I
Uh,
remember I got pitched in to an MLM before I actually joined
oh
Amway.
yeah, oh
It was
yeah,
something about like some phone that you can do FaceTime like us, but it was like a physical phone.
yeah.
And years later, FaceTime or Zoom and live stream came out. So
Okay, yeah. No,
back to the cross lining
okay,
thing.
yeah.
It was like you can only talk to people at the meetings or in the church, and you couldn't even hang out with them. And I'm gonna lie, I was a rule breaker. So, and even when I stepped down, they're probably gonna say, "Oh, it's because he crossed line." I'm like,
How dare
"Yeah,
you? How
damn
dare
right,
you break the
exactly."
rules?
Oh, I remember. Okay, I have like 100 points now, but let me jump to the first one. So me and this guy, it was my 21st birthday, so it's like cool. I just turned 21. I met this guy at the meeting, and he
Mhm.
had like really spiky hair. I'm like, yo, cool, spiky hair. It's like, yeah, we just started talking, and they didn't talk about crosslining back then, so I had no idea. So they're like, yo, like,
Mhm.
let's hang out. Like, well, I just turned 21. He was like 24, 25. He's like, dude, like, I just turned 21. It's like, yo, let's go to the bar. So we actually went to the bar and had my first drink It was with a cross line, so that was pretty fun at a
Oh,
bar.
well, that was interesting.
Yeah,
Uh, my
but
so I never really did anything with
yeah,
Crossline.
yeah.
Never they
I was
were they were there. They were very strict with that. Very strict with
I
that.
had to be super hidden, and it's funny they don't know about the crazy. Like I went out drinking a lot with a lot of cross lines. So, and it's funny
You
because the
fucking
ones that
dirtbag.
I did, the one times I did get in trouble, the ones that's funny. Like I'll get like hand slapped like verbally,
Mhm.
like a child like hand
Oh,
slapped.
I'm sure.
It was 2 years ago. I remember it was this girl, and we were sitting next to each other, and we left the conference 5 minutes early before it ended. Oh, here's the thing: they want you to stay at the conference from the very beginning to the very end. Meaning, when there's a big function, the function would start. Functions like the super big seminar. For those
Yeah,
that don't know the language, because I know the ones that are in it, they're like, oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about. For the ones that
yeah.
are just new to hear it, so a function is like the super big seminar, like 10,000 people, and it will start at 10, but
That
they'll tell
many?
us, yeah, about
Wow,
10,000,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
And it'll be held like in the big arena, like we live in Portland, so the Dome Center. No, there was the Tacoma Dome, which is in Tacoma, and Moda Center. That's the one in our Portland.
Mm.
And the conference will start till 11, but they tell us you want to be front row fighters. You want to be the first one to get in. So they never said, oh, you have to do this, but we always be encouraged,
Mhm.
show up early, show up at
Mhm.
6.
Yeah.
And they'll say, oh, do you know other people camp out in their cars so they can be in line at 6 in the morning and wait 4 hours in the cold outside? I remember being poured on. It was rainy, and I'll be waiting 4 hours so I can just fight for that front row.
I really wish that there were independent reporters who
Mhm.
were actively reporting on this stuff. I really wish that was the case. You can imagine the effort that, let's say, some of these really big networking, these really big, or not networking, these really big news networks, right? That's what I was meaning to say. You can imagine if they're putting so much effort into uncovering what's going on in, say, the Trump administration or the Biden administration or whatever, what people could find that would actually save people's lives if they had actually moved into these places. Now, I do know of a couple of people that have done that, and there have been some things that have been uncovered through some MLMs that are, I mean, exactly the same thing as Amway does, but you, we would be doing, we would be saving 14, almost 15 million people,
Yeah.
right? Almost 15 million people, excuse me, almost 15 million people from these MLMs, right? So I just
And
wanted to mention that.
back to the function story. And it's funny, they'll have meetings before meetings, like meetings before like those big seminar meetings. And they'll take another 4 hours. But at those meetings before the big seminar, they will tell you, like, hey, you want to show up early, you want to stay up late, you want to make sure you only eat 100% from like your business. Like, why are you going out to your competitor? And they always say words like, oh, that food is just going to make you sluggish and you're going to be sleeping. And I'm like, I'm already sleeping from being sleep deprived at the meeting. So,
Yep. Yep. They always try
and
their best to make sure you are tired and unaware.
yeah. And
Sick people.
I remember like I was so deep in, like I'll be lining up at 6 in the morning. I remember 2019, there was a big conference in Portland, and I parked my car on the street. And then because I was out late night at the seminar, still talking to people till like 2 a.m., I came walking back to my car, and the window got shattered. And rather like normal critical thinking, because it was Portland and that's when it started becoming dangerous around that time. Rather than thinking like, hey, I should probably just head home or take this to like a shop or tell my parents about it. But because when you're so all in, like I remember, like, you know what? I'll worry about that shattered window after the meeting, after the big seminar. So I let like all the rain go inside the window. My entire car got wet. And I didn't even think about it twice when my parents and friends are asking me like, oh yeah, huh. I should have probably taken my car back home. But no, I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave it in the parking lot with the window shattered. And they used to almost impress. They almost used to like uh parade people like, oh yeah, this person got a flat tire and this person got into a car accident. And they still showed up to the meeting. They still showed up to the big seminar because they were all in
I remember I
so many
got into
times.
an accident and I still showed up to a job interview.
Yeah,
You know, um, but it's so sickening to me because
yeah, they'll parade on your like misfortunes.
yeah,
Like you wore
yeah.
your misfortunes a badge of honor. Okay, I will tell you this. One lady actually had a miscarriage and she still showed up to the meeting. Hmm. It is, looking back, that is disgusting. That is so disgusting, so many levels. Like you need to be with your family when that happens. You don't need to be at damn meeting. Now I see why she's not really around. She's not around. Looking back now. So, oof, it's a lot.
How this isn't considered illegal, I I I I don't know. You just lost a child, and they're convincing you to still show up. Can you
Yep.
imagine the pain that that woman was in,
Yep.
both mentally, psychologically,
Physically.
physically as well? Yeah, because you're more than just physically attached to a child when you give birth to them. Obviously, I'm not a woman. I wouldn't know the full extent of that. Lisa would be able to tell us about
Yeah.
that. I'm sure she would. But that that makes me livid. That makes me absolutely pissed off. I'm so glad that I'm having every single one of you come on and tell your stories because this shit right here is what needs to be talked about.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to just like say it all. Like
Dude,
I
say
don't
it
care
all,
at this
man.
point. Yeah.
Say it all, brother. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Okay, so that happened, right?
Yeah.
What were you thinking at that moment?
Well, I didn't hear about it till years later.
Uh huh.
But when I was still in, I'm like, wow, that's so brave of her. I can't believe she did that. But when I stepped out, I'm like, that is a seriously psychological, like traumatic moment. The last thing you need to do is be at the meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
But the fact that yeah,
Yeah, you should be resting
exactly.
instead of giving hundreds of dollars to some scumbag who only sees you as a number.
Yeah. But they will always say, we're a people business. Like, no, you're like,
Well,
they loved you until you didn't do your ditto. That's the thing.
mm-hmm. And they loved you until you start to break away from things,
Exactly.
right? Because
Yeah.
you start realizing, okay, something's not right, right? That biological instinctual communication that we have within ourselves, our gut feeling is what we call it, right? Where something is telling us that something isn't right, that's finally communicating with you now, and you're finally becoming more aware, right? So as you're becoming more aware, what was it like for you as you were pulling away?
So I was pulling away. I just started questioning a lot of things about my life. Cause I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, did I just really give 10 years and I have nothing to show for it? And it started messing with my mind. And during that time, I think what helped me the most was I 2024 I developed IBS.
Hmm.
So there was so many times I actually had to go to the emergency room because I thought like, oh gosh, I'm having severe stomach pains. What if something's seriously wrong with me? And there were multiple uplines,
Hmm.
and when I noticed more cracks in those relationships is that there were one couple that actually did care. So I'm not gonna be here like, oh, everything and everyone was evil. They actually checked up on me, or I remember calling them. But the other upline people that I would message, and one of them was a nurse, and ironically, the nurse ignored me the most. That's when I'm like, huh, then why am I here? You're a nurse. Maybe you have an idea that why am I having this severe pains? I'm going to the doctor. I'm not sure. What should I do next? Or maybe I should go to an alternative or some type of specialist, but never got that message. And 2024, also around that time, my dad got really, really sick and he had to be hospitalized multiple times. And the first uplines, they did check on me. They did give me a phone call like, hey, I just heard your message. Your dad's in the hospital. Just want to see how you're doing. Like, I'm good, I'm good. But the other uplines that she was a nurse, never heard from them. And I'm like, I'm gonna lie, like it hurts, especially because when you know you have a family that's in hospitalized and you're just so overwhelmed that if there are people that care about you, you do want them to at least say like, "Hey, I just heard your story," or "I'm sorry, I just heard your message. You're down in the hospital. What's going on?" And
Yeah.
that's when I was like, "What am I doing here?" And during that time, also, it was 2024. I also just started listening to just different, um, like motivational speakers and stuff like that. And I remember there's this one guy who said that it's better to start new friendships or new relationships than try to fix something that's broken. Like, why? Well, why go back? And that's when another crack started hitting me. It's like, I
Mm.
already feel distant. They don't really care about me. They only message me when I don't do my ditto. They only message
Mm.
me when I don't buy my day one ticket. And it's crazy how ridiculous expensive these seminars are, especially when, and I will say this, like I'm not really picky on prices, but if you're not getting the value, then why am I paying this much money? It's different than it's like, okay, well, at least I learned how to like close deals or I learned how to like talk to women and be more like socially confident. Like if you're actually getting results, then yeah, it makes sense to pay a certain amount of money. But if you're just there to be completely just motivated and then you come home the next day and you just feel like my life sucks again, that's when also like, dude, this thing is just a scam.
Yep.
And I will go back to telling you about the me and that sponsor that there was a lot of times where he made me feel down, like worse than I already was. There was one where I remember I got into a car accident and it was my first one, so I had no idea what to expect. This was 2017. So I got
Mm.
into a car accident and I was out of a job for months. And because I didn't expect this and I had a lot of back pain. And I went 3 months, 4 months without doing a ditto. And it got to a point like he was like, "Hey, like you're just being a burden. Like, what are you doing? Are you gonna step up or what?" And looking back, I was like, "Who do you think you are?" But during that moment, I was like, "Not sure. I'm just really trying to figure my life out." So I just got into a car accident. I did 3 months of physical therapy. Luckily, it was nothing severe, but it's just bad, really bad whiplash.
Hugo,
But
don't
see, and I
ever,
catch myself defending.
don't,
See that
don't
I hate
ever,
that.
don't ever think that you're a burden. You're not.
Yeah.
Fuck these people. These
exactly.
evil
And when I,
fucking people, they deserve. I gotta catch myself.
you're good,
I
you're
gotta
good.
I gotta catch myself.
And
These
here's
evil
the worst part. Yeah.
scumbags, they don't deserve anything in life. They
Exactly.
don't deserve anything in life. You wanna know why? Because they don't use this. That's
Mm-mm.
why. You do. Right.
Yeah, I think that's why you and I like connect, because it's like we have this care for people. That's why we share our story. And sometimes they will use that.
You're at your lowest right now.
Hmm. So I'm on my
And
lowest. He's calling me a burden.
yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, he gets, I still don't know the full story, but he got kicked out of this house he was living in. And then
Good.
he like, no, here's where it gets crazy. He gets kicked out and he has to room with me. And because I had no balls, no set of balls, no way to stand up for myself, I was like, well, okay, I guess you can stay with me for a couple days.
And then a couple days turned into a couple of weeks. And then a couple of weeks
I'll
turned
just turn about
into
2 weeks. No, just 2 weeks. Just
just
2
2 weeks.
weeks.
Oh, okay.
Just weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I was right there. I was right there.
Yeah, you're
Unfortunately,
good.
I was right, but I
But
would have
here's what
absolutely
makes me
told him to go
mad. I'm
fuck
like,
himself for sure.
I wish I had the confidence I do now. I wish I had the balls back then that I do have now. I'm
Don't
like, dude,
don't
you just
don't
call me
kick
a burden.
yourself.
There's no way. Yeah.
Don't kick yourself in the ass, man.
Okay.
You made the
Yeah.
decisions you did back then.
Yeah.
You know better now, and that's what you can work about. That's what you can work on now. Is what you can control what you're doing now. Okay.
Exactly. So back then, I just didn't know how to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
And then so he moves in with me. And here's the thing, like there's a lot of slimy things he did, but because he's so good at persuasion and he's so like fake charming, people be like, "Oh, we love this guy. We love your like sponsor. He's so amazing. Like you're so lucky to have him." And they will use words like that, like when I will talk to the other crossline people, and they're like, "Oh, you're so blessed to have him. He's so awesome." But like, behind closed doors, he was just meh. And don't even get me started on his girlfriend. His girlfriend's a total B word because uh so I know I keep jumping timelines everywhere, but when we had to pay money to pitch in for the hotel, like I remember I was really tight on money because I had to pay hospital bills out of my own pocket money because I had no insurance. And I told her like, hey, I don't think I can be able to pay you tonight, but let me do some Uber Eats or DoorDash and try to get the money by Monday. And she just completely dismissed it. She's like, well, you should have the money. Why didn't you have the money ready? Like in a complete just bitch tone, like condescending. It's like, you have no empathy for me. It's like, wow. And I realized that I'm like, I don't want to spend the next 5 to 10 years with these people anymore. I
Good on
don't
you,
see
man.
myself. Yeah.
Good on you, dude.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah. I even told the upline, like, hey, I just don't see myself a future with my sponsor. And they always talk about, like, oh, we're going to go travel the beaches of the world and we're going to go this place and that place. And I'm like, to this day, like, we never ever hung out outside of a meeting. It was always a meeting. I was like, oh, I'll just see you at the meeting. I'll just see you at the seminar.
Yep.
Never once we ever hung out
Yep.
outside.
Yep.
Personal leisure time.
Not walking the beaches, you're gonna get kicked out of your nest fucking apartment because you're a piece of shit.
Hmm.
And
Yep,
that's all you'll ever be is a piece of shit.
exactly. But because he had such charming skills, like he can probably get away with
Charming.
a lot
Charming.
fake charm. Yeah, it's
Narcissism.
narciss. Yeah,
So okay, so you're pulling away, right?
yeah, pulling away,
What happens?
and then I'm just trying to think of like all the times he just made me feel low. I know there was another one where so my sponsor actually went this term called double ego. He actually had 12 people
Mm-hmm.
like in personal with, meaning that he actually recruited 12 people, which apparently is a huge deal. And when people hit those big levels, their ego gets really, really inflated.
Well,
Because if you
why
could,
is it that they hit those levels? It's usually because they're using the tools, right?
yep,
They're
yep,
always using the tools. I've got some
exactly,
audios out, buy those audios, and that's how they make their money. It's never off of the
exactly.
actual business business model, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And here's the thing. And in the beginning, he'll say things like, "Oh, you and I are gonna be brothers. We're ride or die people." But then I realized, like, but then you say stuff like, "Oh, you're a burden," and you get mad at me the moment I'm cross-lining with someone. Because there was this other time during a seminar, we went. This guy completely lost where he he lost his car somewhere in the city of Portland. So obviously me being a helpful person, I'm like, hey, let me drive you around. Maybe you can remember where you parked your car. So I'm like we're driving around the city for around the blocks for a good 20, 30 minutes until he finds his car. He finds his car. We go back to the seminar and the sponsor gets so livid. He's like, why would you do that? I'm like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm helping someone in a time of need. He's like, oh no, he should have called like his sponsor. He should call his upline. Like that's for them to help them out. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
No.
Like, I mean, even if I didn't know you, and if you're like in a like severe stress time, I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just what good people do. But he's not a good person. That's why I
Mm-mm,
say the only thing he will ever amount to is a disappointment,
exactly.
something his mother should have swallowed, um, a waste of breath, waste of
Exactly.
oxygen. I'm gonna cut myself
Here's the
there before I
yeah,
say.
no, you're good.
I would have cut
And
myself there.
here and I just want to go back to out of the 12 people he recruited, like he always hung out with them more. He always was more buddy buddy with them. And I remember there's one specific time that after the meeting, he invited those other people he recruited to their house, like two guys that he recruited, and they were like, and they hung out till like 4 a.m. And then the next time I saw him, like, hey, like we should hang out after the meeting. He's like, no, I gotta go to bed early. And I'm like, you literally hung out with people till 4 a.m. But for me, you're like, I'm not gonna make the time for you. And that's when it just started cutting deep and started messing with me. And I'm like, what am I doing here? Especially, and that's when I heard that, like, um YouTube, like that guy speaking about relationships, it's like it's better to start brand new than try to fix something that's screwed up. And that's when all those moments started to come together. I'm like, it is better just start brand new. Why try to fix something that's broken? He screwed up. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a healthy relationship will never get sick. You always find a way to repair it.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the biggest things I learned last year.
It's a
And
it's a good it's a good lesson to learn. You know, um, I've had to learn those lessons countless times.
yeah,
Um, when something is broken, now it can be fixed if you and the other person is trying to fix it.
yeah, he didn't
But
want to fix it. So
exactly. If one person doesn't want to fix it, it's better to just let it go.
mhm,
I mean, especially a complete tool like this douchebag.
exactly,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, he can go live under a fucking bridge now.
exactly.
So,
It's just I never understood what people like. Oh yeah, like people like, oh, you should look up to him. He's so great. He's so that. And I'm like, behind closed doors, he's a totally different person. I know a lot of people are gonna say that because in the meetings we all talk about our like sponsors and our uplines. They're like, oh, these people are so amazing. But like once you're behind closed doors, you're like, this guy's a real piece of
he's a real piece
you
of
know what?
shit.
Hmm.
Let's just say it,
Exactly.
bro. Just say it. He's a real piece
This
of
piece of
shit.
shit.
Exactly. That's what exactly what
Yeah.
he is, dude. You're not you're not lying.
Mm-mm.
Bro called you one of the worst things you could ever call someone when they are at the lowest point in their life.
Exactly.
So yeah. Yeah. I would let a rat into my house before I would let that motherfucker even anywhere, even where near my goddamn porch,
Exactly.
anywhere near it. Um, so I'm trying to watch my mouth. I'm trying
No, you're good.
to,
I know, same here. Like,
but
so I don't
I
get in
always
trouble
get
because,
I always get very very worked up, very worked up. Um,
yeah.
I want to read
But
a couple
just,
of I want to read a couple of comments from both Lisa and Mike
oh
here.
yeah,
Lisa says it takes so much courage to speak out, but it's always also very healing. Hugs. They're sending you hugs. Lisa's sending you hugs.
appreciate you guys.
And Mike, he says it feels good to be a gangsta.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
That's it, man. That's it, man. Okay, so you're pulling away, right?
Yep.
So what's the last contact that you made with these people?
It was 6 months ago, around June.
Mhm.
Because actually, I visited LA 6 months ago,
Mhm.
and the upline, not the sponsor, there's different people. So the upline um, say, hey, let's just have a Zoom talk. Let's catch up. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And we just talked like, hey, how's you doing? How's your dad? So like, here's the part. The sponsor was a piece of shit, but the upline, like, she did have a piece of in her heart that she actually did care about me,
Some
not just wanting
humanity.
me some human. Yeah, she did have some humanity. So I'm not gonna in my heart I can't be like, oh no, she was a piece of shit. Like she was not at all. She had humanity in her.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. And we were just talking, and she's like, oh well, you can just come to a meeting and see what happens, and see if you're ready to come back or not. And when I came back, so after that, so from LA, I returned back to Portland. So I was on vacation, and I remember stepping back to the meeting, and what I remember was her husband was just spewing just manipulation words like, if you and your sponsor are having fighting time, or if you're having a problematic relationship with your upline, then it's your fault. It's not their fault. It's your fault, and you need to grow and you need to work on yourself. And I believed it for a second, but because I was like breaking out, I was like, wait a minute, it's not me. It really is not me.
No,
And here I can say an awesome why.
lay it on us.
He, like my sponsor, actually recruited 12 people.
Mhm.
None of those 12 people are around. None of them are around.
Mhm.
I was the very first one he recruited, and I'm the last first one, or the last one that finally left out of that original 12 group. None of them are around.
There you go.
That speaks a lot of words.
That's awesome.
Because if he really
That's
was
awesome.
this amazing person like everyone says, they would have stuck around,
There you
but
go.
they didn't,
Yeah. If it was
and they will
really
use worse.
true, people would stick around. But obviously it's not.
Exactly. No. How do you have 12 people leave out?
Mhm.
You launch them. They do their data. They come to the seminars.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, and they always talked about extreme ownership and self responsibility, and I get that to a point, but they use it manipulatively. They
Yeah.
almost made it seem like, hey, your upline is never wrong. They never do anything wrong. Like they're
Mhm.
human. Of course they do things wrong,
Mhm. Yeah.
but they don't want to admit it.
They never do. They never do.
Exactly. Oh yeah, and after that, I I remember I just went to two more meetings, and the very last one I went to, one of the uplines, he started talking about the diamond, the guy that quit because they got a divorce. And they were like, oh, like you're hearing rumors. What's like, no, like at the end of the day, like, he chose to, be scandalous, and that's why we're kicking him out. And that same upline just started saying, he started comparing the organization to like a church. He's like, you know what, like if there's a bad pastor, it doesn't make the church bad. I'm like, no, like you're just shooting yourself. And he went so preachy and talking about church to the point I was like, I don't even know if I want to be, I don't even know if I want to be like religious anymore. But luckily, like
Mm,
there's a good way to have faith and there's the manipulative way. And they do it
mhm.
the very manipulative way to have faith.
Right.
So
Right.
that's why like I started hearing people that quit and I'm like, it makes sense. Because when I hear like the Bible or the story sermons, like it's very different how
Hmm.
what the word teaches and how they twist their own version on it,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Right. You will always have people who genuinely believe in their religion, and they do try to
Hmm.
be good people. Um, I always go back to doctrine, and I've researched
Yeah.
doctrine for years within the Tanakh or the Torah,
Yeah.
the writings of the prophets, and then the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and then also Paul's letters, and then
Yeah.
also Islam and all those guys. I of course I always go back to the doctrine, but people always use religion because religion is the easiest tool to use to
Oh yeah. And they always say
manipulate
like
people.
God wanted you to build his business. God found you
Mm-hmm.
for a reason.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. And that was the last straw for you.
oh, that was so strong. I'm like, I almost don't want to be part of any religion anymore. But then
Yeah.
stepping out, I'm like, no, that's just manipulative people using religion the wrong way. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. I've seen that from countless people. I've seen that from countless people.
and it makes me
They,
sad because there's people who do want to have some spiritual ground, like spiritually rooted, but
yeah,
they get burned out by people who misuse it.
yeah, yep. And that was actually one of the reasons why Larry and Pam Winters were apologizing for what was because they were um, using religion.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, and they always encouraged us to go to the Sunday services,
Yep.
and
Yep.
they will get upset if you didn't because they're like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you missed out the best part." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"It was optional." So,
Never put your faith in people. That's a powerful statement.
mhm, yeah. Oh, and they always talked about you want to follow a system, not a man. And I'm like, that's another red flag.
That's a
They
massive
always
red
talked
flag.
about. Mm-hmm.
That is a massive. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
Because you can say that about the system in this country.
Politically. Mm-hmm.
You know, the system that's not designed for me or you,
Yeah.
right? Because we're average. We're average people. It only benefits the social elite, right? That's the system,
Yep.
and why put a faith in that system, you know? It, put faith. Always put faith into yourself. I think
Yes.
that this is where I disagree with religion pretty heavily. Is that when it comes to this particular thing, people do not put enough faith into themselves, and they hand everything over to their God. Right? I used to do this all the time, especially when I was hoping so much for something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't take it upon myself to do anything. Right? And again, that's a part of a system, a different system, but it's a part of a system,
Yep.
right? So always put faith in yourself because that's the only thing that you can trust now today, unfortunately. Now
Yep.
you're going to have to sort, and this is a lesson that I learned over the couple of years. You're going to have to sort through a mountain before you find that one rock, you know. Um, and boy, is it going to be a long time before you find that,
Yeah.
you know. Um, but when you do find that rock, make sure you hold on to it. Hold on
Yep.
to it. And I'm talking about that one friend, that one belief, right? That one thing that you know to be objectively true, right? Um, that's power. That is power,
Yep.
right there. Truth. That's power,
Yep.
right? So,
And
Go ahead.
I also do want to talk about just one more thing, or just one more subject is they had these weird rules that, looking back, like these are such cultish red flags. It's like the first one was never check upline, or never do something brand new without checking upline. Meaning, if you want to go on a vacation, if you want to buy a car, if you want to get a pet, if you want to move,
If you want to live,
like
essentially.
where you want to live. Yeah, pretty much.
No, no. If you want to live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check with your
And
overlords first before you want to live.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The moment I left, and here's like, especially in the last days, I I already been to LA like 3 or 4 times in the last 12 months since I left. Because instead of spending my money on data, like I just go on a nice vacation. I'll go see here. I'll go see. I'll buy myself something nice. So, and definitely the other one was don't mess with anyone's spouse. And obviously, it's true. The diamond couple, the guy did cheat on his wife, and it's funny how they constantly preached about marriage and say like, oh, this is a less than 5% marriage divorce organization. And when the scandal broke out, it was that he cheated on his wife. So multiple times
Multiple
during their,
times.
allegedly, I'm gonna say
Multiple
allegedly.
times.
Yep. Allegedly during their dating, during their engagement era, and during the marriage.
Wow.
So yeah, they always preached around like, oh, marriage is so important. You gotta.
Was she faithful as
She
well?
was, yeah,
She was.
yeah, but he wasn't, yeah.
Oh my god.
But I hate how they got
What a
so
fucking
preachy.
scumbag, dude.
I
What a
hate, I
scumbag.
hate, I hate how they got so preachy about marriage.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, if you're sleeping behind someone's spouse,
Because they have to
sleeping
maintain an
around,
image. They have to
exactly.
maintain
Yep.
an image, you know. That's what it is. Because if the image shatters, right, then there are people that are going to start waking up. It's exactly
Oh, that's what
why
happened with me.
Larry and Pam
Exactly
Winters
happened
is
with me.
doing the
Hmm.
damage control that they're doing now.
Yep.
You know,
Because he was cheating and allegedly. Yep.
it is
I'm gonna
Lisa.
keep it
It
at
is
that.
all a lie. It is all a lie.
Yeah.
All of it. All of it. Okay, so
I think the third one was like, don't embarrass people, but like the crowd embarrassed people who drove like Subarus
the
and
Subarus and
Toyotas and stuff
Hondas
like that.
and shit. You know.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're definitely breaking that rule. Like you're embarrassing people who do that stuff. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember the other one was, oh yeah, like don't borrow any money or stuff like that. So it was weird. It was
Don't
it was weird about the.
don't borrow any money. Well, I mean, how are you
Yeah.
supposed to not do that when they're literally telling you to get rid of your fucking rent money to go
Yeah.
to a meeting
Yeah. Don't
or
mess. No, no, it's
to
called don't
cover
mess
your
with people's
ditto?
money. Don't mess with people's money. That's the actual rule. Don't mess with people's
Yeah,
money.
yeah. Don't
You just
mess with
pointed out
people's
so good.
money unless it comes to your ditto. Okay. All right.
Exactly. Then again, put off rent, put off insurance. And I remember I got into credit card debt.
You got into credit card debt?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, because I remember like, okay, well, I gotta do my ditto, so I paid that out of my paycheck cash, and then I just had to take my insurance out on credit, and then, but because I was always falling behind on payments, like that just kept getting bigger and bigger. So,
I've heard of stories where people have unalived themselves because of financial ruin.
oh yeah, no, it's
You know?
crazy, but
Yeah. Dis- counselors more like discounted pimps.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Oh, one of
Absolutely.
the tactics was don't. If you have a problem, you talk to us. You don't talk to a therapist. For some reason, they're like anti-therapy for some reason. Mhm.
I have my own reservations against therapy, but
Oh, same here, same here. Like I don't trust all of them 100%, but I know there's like very small percentage that do know what they're doing. But such a red flag that you can't seek third party help.
well, I had a former friend of mine who was seeking help, and
Yeah,
this was just after a breakup, and this therapist told him to reach out to his ex. Yeah, that
Ooh,
didn't
yeah,
end well at all. So that's why I don't. That's exactly why I don't subscribe to any therapy. I've tried therapy myself. I've tried
yeah.
third party therapy. It does not work. You know what does work
What?
for men? Going and talking with your boys. That's what
Yeah.
works. That is what men you have respect for. That's what works. Women, same thing. Go and talk with your girls, right? Um, and it's a therapy is such a scam today because I've seen more therapists with mental health problems than
Oh
I
yeah,
have
it's crazy.
seen people going in to help to get help for theirs. You know. Anyways, okay, so um, last
But yeah, about anything
contact.
about yeah.
Last contact. What was the last text message? Last phone call? Did you have to block any of these people?
No, not yet. So,
Not yet.
because
You're still
it's
talking
like we
with them,
just drifted. Not at all. Not at all. We just drifted completely. So
which is to be expected, right?
yeah, we just drifted completely. So to this day, it hasn't been like, oh, it's funny because I hear the other people share their testimonies, and it sounds like it was a big like blowout, big fight.
Yeah.
But for us, it was just simply like, I'm distancing myself from you. You're gonna distance yourself away from me, and we're gonna leave it at that. So
Oh, okay. It was more of like a mutual split apart kind of thing.
like we didn't. It's not like we didn't agree. It was just like I just stepped out. They didn't want to reach out to me, which is actually really nice. So
Mm, yeah. Yeah. I've heard I've heard of so many stories where there was a couple that I knew that is more than likely still in um and they would try all the time to pull this one couple that I knew in. Every single time they talked, it was always, "Hey, come come join us," you know.
oh my gosh,
It, yeah. So that's awesome that they just let you go.
we just completely drifted. Yeah.
Good. That's awesome. That is awesome news. I
So it
remember,
wasn't like a dramatic blowout. So, but
uh,
if they were to reach out again, I'm like, hey, I quit permanently. This isn't. I'm coming back. Like there's no way you can convince me. Not at
mine
all. So
mine my, mine was actually because
I don't know.
um
People like they it blew up. Like
um so I remember my sponsor had showed up to my porch and I told him, "Look, I was doing some research because I can think for myself, Big Daddy Amway, and I found some interesting things out. So when that was after 5 minutes of conversing because I was telling him, look, my mental health is too bad. I'm I'm pulling out. But they were still trying to convince me. He was still trying to convince me, my sponsor, and I finally got fed up enough with it. And mind you, the sponsor that got me in, I wanted to show my appreciation for showing me the business, showing
yeah,
me a way to financial freedom. So I gave him one of my dioramas that I made, right? And
and you work so
then,
hard on them. I see the videos.
yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
you really put your heart and soul. I can definitely see you put your effort.
I there was, I used to make necklace pendants too, and there was this one sand shark tooth that I made. It was out of cherry. It was out of cherry wood that I made, and it's such a beautiful piece. And I gave that to my upline to show appreciation, right? So I gave a lot to these people, and then I finally got fed up enough of the conversation that I was having with him going nowhere because he wanted me to continue watching or listening to the audios. And I said, "Look, motherfucker, I know who you are. I know the kind of fucking shit that you run. Get the fuck off of my porch. I said you can keep the diorama. I want you out of my life. Um, and he didn't. He got out of there pretty quick.
Yeah.
He got and I remember my upline had reached out to me through text message, and I told them to leave me alone, and they said that they were sorry. I said, and these people were Christian, right? I said, don't
Yeah.
apologize to me. Apologize to your God, because that's who you're going to have to face
Yep.
at the end of the day, right? So, uh, and then I didn't have very kind words for my upline. Anyways, it was a big blowout, and I'm sure there are so many of you out there that have had the same thing. And what I want to say to you guys, real quick, for those of you who are watching, if you have a story to tell, please tell it. Okay. Be as courageous as Lisa. Be as courageous as Hugo, and tell your story, whether it's on this channel or not. Just tell your story. Help someone out. Okay.
Even if it's just one little story, even just one little memory, it's gonna, like I know for you, impacted you hearing about the miscarriage and that lady still showed up. Like, someone's gonna hear and they're like, oh my gosh,
That's
I've been there,
heartbreaking.
or I know someone who did that.
That's that's heartbreaking. My my heart shatters for her. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, the
I
pain.
see why she's not around anymore. Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely see that too.
Yeah.
you know, but
Back then I didn't, but now I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah.
that's crazy, man. So you're all okay. So you're out, right?
Yeah.
And what what has been the process? You know, what do you go through on a daily basis? You know, what's your thought process? What are your feelings on this shit? You know,
I do feel bitter resentment. I do feel that bitterness of like, I gave almost 10 years of my life. I lost my 20s to this organization.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I know you and I were talking on the phone a while ago, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like now I'm having that midlife crisis. I'm like, I'm 30, I have no idea who I am, where I'm even starting off to. So
And as I have told you, right, it's never a waste because
yeah,
look at what you're doing here, right? And I told you this when we were on the phone. You are you have all this knowledge. You have all of these stories. Now you are telling your story and you are helping someone through theirs, right?
exactly.
Things are never a waste of time until you treat it as a waste of time, right? And so you can beat yourself up all day long, but when you then turn that bitter resentment into a passion that drives you to do good, right? I'm telling you, man, you're gonna become unstoppable.
No, I
And
appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, I would, um, you know, that's why I was telling you because as men especially, we need that drive, we need that purpose, and if we don't have it, we feel nothing,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And
it's
that's
very real.
yeah,
So
it is. It's a very it's very dangerous territory, and that's why I was telling you
mm,
do some deep searching within yourself to find a passion, find
yeah,
a purpose, right? Because it's this here, talking with all of you guys, hanging out with all of you guys, making an impact is my purpose. It's my drive. I get up in the morning excited every single day to know, hey, I get to hang out with you guys. You guys get to tell me your stories, and I get to help you however I can. Right? Um, find that. I want you to find that because if you find
yeah,
that, that's going to bring you so much peace.
exactly.
You know, in a world full of chaos, that peace is going to become addictive, and that's not a bad thing.
No.
because again, that brings you drive. You know, um, that's why I'm always working on diorama projects or just projects in general. That's why I'm always working on music or gaming or just doing
Yeah.
content for all of you guys. It's I'm always doing something. So I just want you to find that,
Yeah.
and it's not there. I'm not going to say it's never. And I'm not going to say it's never too late because there are points in time when it absolutely can be too late. I'm not going to
Yeah.
sugarcoat things, but look, you're a young man. You just turned 30. Okay.
Yeah.
Men do not hit their primes until literally 30, 35, 40. Okay. You still have all of this life left to live.
Yep.
All of this life left to live, dude. Right? Change of mind, change of perspective. Change your perspective on things. Okay? Don't look at it as you wasted your 20s. Okay? Look at what can I do in my 30s. All right?
Yep.
That's the way that I want you to look at that. All right? So, um
Yeah. I was gonna say, now that I'm not spending like $600 a month on stupid products,
yeah.
I'm like, I have a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
money. I can afford to travel now. Like even just a weekend in LA, it's just like $300 to go to LA for a weekend, and I come
Oh
back. I'm like,
wow.
cool.
That's crazy, dude.
That's why I can say like, oh yeah, like I already, since I stepped out, like I already been to LA like three
Yeah.
or four times, and I saw New York for the first time ever. And here's the thing: they always say delayed gratification. Like I hate when they use that manipulation tactic. Like, oh yeah, but it'll be so much better to see New York when you're a diamond or when you're this big pin. It'll be so much better to go have this amazing family vacation when you hit it big, or you go on your big trip, or it'd be so much better when you take your family.
Hmm.
And here's one, I need to mention this. I need to mention this.
Go for it, bro. Drop,
My
drop,
upline,
drop, drop, drop some nuggets on us,
my
man.
upline, my upline, he had this dream to go hunting with his dad, like a father and son bonding moment.
Mm.
But because he's so in the business, he put that away. He pushed it, like meaning like he said like, okay, once I get to that big pin, then I'm gonna do that big like father and son trip with his dad. And
Oh no.
his dad passed away. He never got to be with
Ah.
him. Yep.
Oh,
And it should
dude.
scare a lot of people who want to get out because, yeah, because
I
they
can't.
manipulate you. They
I.
manipulate you and telling you off.
I can't.
Just wait until you make a certain amount of money. Wait until you become this big pin. Then you'll do the family bonding things. Then you'll do the big vacation.
There should
That's why I took
absolutely.
advantage.
They should absolutely bring criminal charges against these people.
And for me, like that was such a red flag. I'm like, if I knew like I can't see my dad, I'm like, I want to spend every moment while he's still alive. And right now he's going through a chronic illness, but I'm like, I want to make every Christmas special. I'll make it the best Christmas ever.
Yeah,
Not
because
like,
you love
why
your
wait?
father.
Yeah, exactly.
You know the and um
That's why
I
I'm traveling like crazy the last 12 months.
I don't have a good relationship with my mother, and I haven't seen my biological father in several years, well over a decade. And um, the last time I spoke to my stepfather, who had actually raised me, was back in 20 or was back in Korea 2018, and that's something that I wish I had was a strong father, right? Um, so I always tell everyone, enjoy those moments that you have with a caring and loving family. Enjoy those moments because um, there are there are people out there that don't have that, and you're not always going to have them around. And,
Mm-mm,
and the
you're
fact
not.
that they manipulated that young man.
Well, he's actually in his 45s, late 45s, and the fact that he's manipulated by that, rather
Well,
than your own critical thinking. But
well,
good.
okay. Well, I mean, but still, regardless, the fact that they manipulated that guy to throw away that precious time with his dad, that that should absolutely carry criminal charges.
Yeah,
You know,
because you'll never see
yeah.
a parent once they pass away.
I'm waiting for those class action lawsuits too. Absolutely, that's what I'm waiting
I know
for.
they're like trying to rebrand stuff now.
Wait, now we're now. That's right. Lisa. Because Lisa was talking about class action lawsuits. There is currently a federal lawsuit or a class action lawsuit against the Trump family.
Really? Wow.
Yep, they had dropped the charges against Trump and ACN back in 2024. Wonder why? And this was back in January of 24. Interesting, right? But now they've actually resumed it. They've actually resumed the class action
Whoa.
lawsuit. So, um, if they get convicted of you know being scam or being a part of a scamming operation, that that very well should be an impeachable offense,
Yeah.
right? Why people aren't talking about this, I don't know. And I would love for this conversation to be mainstream news. I actually had tossed this information up to a YouTuber that I'd followed for a while now, who's well over 500,000 subscribers and hasn't done anything with it. I really hate that. I really fucking hate that. Uh, anyways, yes, class action lawsuits. I will be screaming from the fucking rooftops until they shut me up
Yeah.
or I get shut up because of my because of natural conditions. So you guys best believe I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I just want their corruptness being exposed.
Exactly.
Like,
So do I. Because I
especially
I
with
I
everything from the political world to the Amway world to the
mm-hmm.
uplines.
Well,
Like, I want
it's
all
all the
their
same thing.
corruptness to be exposed. Yes.
It's all the same thing because Amway has donated $10.5 million to the Republican Party since 1998.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's funny. I was researching that years ago, sure. But
you can you
when you're
can
so in, I'm
you can
like,
find all of this on Open
yeah,
Secrets, right? These people are fucking scumbags, man. When they would funnel money through a lobbying group called Stanton Park Group, and Stanton Park Group would donate to various politicians. Most of them taking APAC money as well.
whoa.
So yeah,
I hear a lot of things about that organization also. So
yeah. But
we're gonna leave it at
we
that.
could talk about APAC. we
That'll
could
be a whole different. Yeah, that'll be a whole different.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Mike and I have talked. I mean, we've talked about APAC and all that stuff for hours. But
yeah. I hear
um,
things. So
what else are you experiencing? What else are you thinking about when you think back, to the business?
when I'm thinking back, it was a lot of moments where I didn't get a chance to stand up or speak up.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
definitely one of them. Because there's so many moments, especially when the sponsor was just treating me so bad.
Yeah.
But now I remember what you said. It's like, I don't regret those cross-lining relationships. So
Yeah.
they were definitely,
It's
yeah.
small. It's
Oh, back to the, now I remember my original thought. They do break families apart because the guy that I went out drinking for my 21st birthday, or my first time at a bar, he was rooming with his brother, and his upline told him like, hey, if your brother's not gonna be all in this business, you should kick him out. And he kicked him out. and their relationship has never been the same.
Yeah.
So the fact that they tell you like, and it's funny, they'll never say, "Oh, it's not. We never told him he had to, but we suggested that if his brother is not gonna be all in, then." I'm like, his brother could have just simply just bought a product, and that's enough support.
Yeah.
But no, they want him to be like all in, just like him. So,
Yeah.
and to this day, him and the brother don't speak, and it breaks my heart because that organization did that.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't either.
Hmm.
You know, I've always been a one chance. Well, not always, but I've become a you get one chance kind of guy. You know. Exactly. That is a great point, Lisa. That is a great point. You're speaking
What'd she
up.
say? I can't see the comments. Go ahead. Oh,
You're speaking up now.
mhm.
That's what she's saying. You're speaking up now, and that's that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Um, so yeah, absolutely, we have to let our voices be heard. We have to, and that's why that's why this channel is here, so
Exactly.
that
And it doesn't
all of
matter
you can
whether
tell your
you're,
yeah.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter whether you lean left or right. Like, you have a story saying, hey,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was manipulated by these people. I need
Well,
to speak out.
at the end of the day, this isn't about who you vote for or what you believe
Mm-mm.
in.
Mm-mm.
This is about people getting taken advantage of, right?
Exactly.
And a place to come together to tell our stories.
Yeah.
We will be truthful and we will live in reality, right? But
Yeah.
this isn't. This should never ever be about. Uh, well, I'm not going to talk with you anymore because you voted for Trump or Biden or Kamala or whoever
Exactly.
the fuck, you know. So, but um, so
I will say an aftermath that
mhm.
I stepped out was my mental health has just gotten better. I no longer feel extreme anxiety, which is nice.
Hey,
Or so, yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
let's
Or social
go,
anxiety. Yes, yes,
let's
yes, yes.
go, dude.
Because during that time, like, obviously I gotta be careful with my language, but I always had that during the time being in the organization, I always had that feeling that I'm not worthy, or that feeling of, is it even worthy to keep living? Like, I had those really dark thoughts. And
Hmm.
now that I stepped out, I'm like, I only like that thought hasn't even crept up. Like, no, it's just that, yeah, it's weird
That's
because you're
good.
so manipulated
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
they question your worth. But now I
Yeah.
stepped out, I'm like, I know my worth. I know it's worth living every single day because it's such a beautiful
Yes.
day. Yeah.
Oh yes, dude.
And even my
Yes.
social skills. I mean, I was at a party in LA a couple of days ago. And like you said, like, now I have this extra money, I have so much money to travel. So,
Yeah.
and it was just funny, just out, because I always
I'm.
grew up being like the social one, the socially awkward one at a party. But
Hmm.
like, just going to like a big gathering, I'm like, oh, cool. I can talk to this person. I can talk to that person. I obviously, I'm brand new to just learning how to talk to girls and just stuff like that. But it was just fun, like
It's not.
meeting them and
There's
going
there's really
dancing. And
nothing to
yeah,
it, man. There's really
yeah.
nothing to it.
No, it's not. But for some reason, when I was in the organization, it was so, uh, it was terrible.
Hmm.
But now it's like, oh, I can talk to people. Actually, I made so many new friends,
Hmm.
which is nice. So, including yourself. And I know me and Lisa sometimes talk a lot. And I remember I told her, like, do you want what's gonna be the coolest thing this year? I Now that I don't have to do ditto, like, I don't have to give anyone products for Christmas.
Oh, they get you. You gave people products for Christmas.
For Christmas, yep. Because they told us, buy
Oh.
from your own store, that it is. And
Oh man.
every time I finish doing my ditto, like I said, I'd be left with less than like 75, $50 to my name. So, like, all those years, it was such a depressing Christmas. It's like I actually felt so low value because I'm like, I can't even afford to give something nice to my family. Now it's like, oh yeah, I got you this from New York. I got you this from LA. Like, I just buy
Because
you
it
stuff as
was
I'm going on my trips. Yeah.
all sucked out of you.
Hmm.
You know.
They'll drain you financially.
Yeah, well, I mean
Even though they'll never say that, they
that's
would
the
I
design.
remember they would say it's like saying, "Oh, how do you spend 100 on Amazon?" I'm like, "Yeah, I spend 100 on Amazon on stuff I actually need. I don't need to buy like all these crazy vitamins that my body's just peeing it away."
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
yeah. So
Well,
I know a lot of people who quit. They definitely can see like, oh, they have more money in their bank account. They can actually,
yeah. Their mental health improves drastically because the leech is ripped off of
yeah.
them. You know.
The fact that I found that it's worth living now, it's such a big like, feels good. So
Bro. Man. I'm I'm stoked for you, brother. I really am. No.
So it's like a two-sided coin, even though I do feel bitter about what they've done to me, but on the other side, I'm like, look,
No Amway
every
for
day's worth living.
Christmas this year. That is the best Christmas present I think of all time.
Like, no. Like,
Mental freedom. Mental
mhm,
freedom. That's awesome.
yep.
So
So,
so Christmas has come early for quite a few of us.
oh yeah, it's
Quite
fun.
a few of
And it's funny
us.
because they used to manipulate us by saying, oh, every time you get your products, it's like Christmas every month. Like, no, it wasn't. It was a bunch of stuff that I'd hit my monthly quota and I buy a bunch of stuff. Oh gosh, I do want to share another thing. There's been so many times where I've thrown away so many products because I didn't use them or I just let them expire.
Hmm.
Like I threw so many
I
products.
I've
I bet if I
seen
go to my pantry right now, there's probably some stuff that I forgot to throw out that probably expired like 2 years ago.
mm, I know I've heard of so many stories of people who would literally pack their garages full of boxes of product that
Yeah,
they were not able to sell, right? Because in the business mindset, you're thinking, okay, well, market value dictates, let's say 5.99 for a toothbrush, or let's maybe not for a toothbrush, but let's say a pack of toothbrushes, right? A pack of five for 5.99, okay, and then well, Amway is selling theirs, right, that you bought for, let's say, double the price, ten
it's
ninety
like
nine,
12.99,
right?
13.99. No, it's like 12.99.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then now you've got to be like, okay, well, I have to justify 15.99,
yeah,
20.99, and people aren't going to pay that. So then you're stuck with this product that you just keep consuming because they have warped your mind so much to believe that the product is good because you've tried it and you've used it and you have been manipulated to believe that it's good. And so you want to rope people into that, and people aren't going to buy it, right?
exactly. You just manipulate them into like, oh, you're not shopping for price, you're shopping for value, you're shopping for ownership, you're shopping like
Yep.
you're not.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like even
Exactly.
Costco. It was crazy going to the store for the first time and buying like dish detergent from Costco, and I'm like, wait, it's half the price and double the quantity. I was like,
Yeah.
get out of
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah, it's
And same with the
crazy,
toothpaste.
bro.
Yeah,
I actually get a bottle. I mean, this is empty. This is empty. I actually get a bottle of water. Oh,
exactly,
for the price of a bottle of water? What?
exactly. It's funny because because Amway sold their water, it'd be ridiculously expensive. I'm like, there's better quality water that you don't spend that much money
A
on.
pack of 40, I think, is anywhere from $3 to $5. So you can imagine they would probably charge 20.
Exactly. Oh no, a 24 pack of water bottles was 50 and they had to pay shipping extra because water was a heavy product. You pay like 58, $60.
Are you
And I'm like, and they always
fucking
say, oh, but I'm not. It's on
Yo,
the website.
Lisa,
So I'm
You
not
gotta,
making any crazy
Lisa,
claims.
you gotta verify that. I've gotta have at least two people saying the same thing here. Okay, not that I'm discounting Hugo, but
I can literally go on the website right now and type perfect water and see the
oh,
retail price. Yeah. So it's not,
what?
I'm not going to make disclaimers. I'm not going to cure the fame people. I'm just literally stating the fact that,
Well,
yeah.
let's check this. I actually have Google pulled up right now.
Type
Perfect.
Amway perfect water. Water.
Okay. Amway. Perfect. Apparently, we're French today. Perfect water price. All right. I really don't want to click on Amway here. Um. Oh. Oh.
Search for yourself.
Oh. Um. Okay. All right. Well, we're
Where
we're,
you would
we're gonna
find the prices,
we're
or
gonna have to suck it up. We're gonna have to suck it up. Let's see. How many? How many bottles is it though?
only 24.
Only 20. Okay, yeah, that's right. You did say 24, didn't you? You did say 24.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, 20. Yeah, 24. They don't put the number. Why don't they put the number? Here, I want to show you guys. I want to bring it over.
I think I can
Actually,
still
hang on.
log in as a customer, but
Oh, hang
yeah.
on. I want to share my screen real quick.
Okay.
Share screen. Okay. Guys, look. Uh go the fuck away. Uh Look.
Oh, there we go. 52. Yeah.
They don't put the number. They spell it out. What? Why don't because people aren't going to automatically read 24. They're going to see
Mm-mm.
24, right? They're going to
Yeah.
see the number and be like, "Oh, okay," because people associate numbers faster than what they do reading things out, right? But yeah, you're
Yep.
absolutely right. $52 for a pack of 24. Fuck everything about Amway, dog.
Right. I was gonna say even my water from LA was more cheaper, and this is like a high end, like bougie, like
What the
I don't know.
fuck?
Like this was only $2, like the whole thing, and it's like 34 ounces, literally
Yo,
twice.
what?
And so if you divide the math, it's pretty much like it's a lot.
Oh
And
my
I'm yeah.
god. Wow. Whew. All right.
And I used to buy those all the time,
Well, it
and
seems
I didn't even
like
drink half of them. But I was stupid. Yeah,
is it you know what we should do?
I should have spent them on a professional water filter.
Well, no.
Go
I'm thinking about doing a panel with all of you guys and going through all of the Amway products on stream and just making fun of everything.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy.
That's what I'm thinking about doing. I think that would be
Yeah,
awesome. I think that would be a good a good uh, event to do. I think that would
yeah.
be fun. All right, so
Because at the end of the day, there's good quality products, but there's some that are just bad. Like, and we just like
mm,
they're just overpriced. So
I wouldn't I would
yeah,
not I would
yeah.
disagree. There's not a single good
Okay.
product from Amway.
No, I'm not talking about Amway. I'm talking outside third party. Like,
Then yes,
because
yeah,
there's other stuff that actually does give you results
yeah,
or give you that satisfaction you want.
yeah.
But
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. All right, so um, we've already talked through most of your story. Okay.
yeah,
Um, and what I want to know is how much do you think your mindset has shifted? Right. How much do you think? How much do you realize how manipulated you were?
oh, tremendously.
Yeah.
Like, I was tremendously manipulated.
Deceived.
They, yeah, and it's funny because their defense will be like, "Well, we never forced him. We always recommended. We always suggested." I'm like,
Yeah.
but that's the manipulation tactic.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say to people who are going in, or maybe people who are in who are looking for a way out?
Just listen to stories like this, like Lisa's or mine, or I know there's plenty on YouTube. Just because when I heard the first like anti MLM story, I actually, like people go on Netflix binges. I went on podcast binge. It was like at 9 p.m. and I listened to the first one, and they were talking about same time, like, oh, being at the event like 5 hours early before it started. And everyone's like, dude, that's just stupid. I'm like, oh gosh, I did that same thing too. Or the people will put off being in debt just so they can do their ditto first instead of like paying their bills. Like, and
Hmm.
I just kept hearing story after story. So it was like 9 at night when I listened to the first one,
Hmm.
and it was like 7 in the morning. I finished listening to like eight or nine of them, and they all talked all about the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, they will love bomb you. They'll tell you like, oh, you're amazing, you're special, you can do so many things, you're gonna impact so many people.
Yeah.
And then the moment you didn't do a ditto, or the moment you disagree or challenge them, it would just go crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was like they flipped into a different person. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and a lot of those people, it's like they saw so many red flags, but because they wanted to be all in, or they wanted to be just be part of this group, that they were willing, including myself, looking past the red flags.
Hmm. It's there's a common theme: desperation, right?
Yep.
Desperate to find a belonging somewhere, desperate to find acceptance somewhere, desperate to find a a way out
Yep.
somewhere, you know. And all of these things are different scenarios, but it's all it's all desperation, vulnerability, you know. So, um that's a good message, Hugo. It's a good message, man. I want to
Yeah.
say I'm proud of you. I'm proud of every single one of you for stepping up and telling your story.
I was gonna say the funniest thing that during the seminar, there was one different diamond that said, "Watch out, because red flags turn into black holes." I'm like, you were talking about yourself the whole time. You were talking about your organization the whole time. So
Oh man, yeah,
now I was like, it's like, oh yeah, that does make sense. But now that I stepped out, I'm like, you were talking about yourself
the whole
and your
time,
organization
the
and the way
whole
you
time.
just manipulate people. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, the
It's
whole
like you
time.
you are the red flag, and you're putting people into financial black holes, emotional black holes, psychological black holes.
This is a
Like I've
really
been
good
fortunate enough.
good.
Go ahead.
Um, Lisa just made a really really good point. Said that she's so grateful for the experience because she learned what love bombing actually is. Right.
Oh, same
And
here. Same here. You didn't know what it was when you were so deep in it.
oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. 100%. What were we saying?
No, so because there's a difference between saying something like, "Hey, like I'm actually proud of you that you said this," versus saying like, "Oh, I just want you to know like you're so special and you're gonna do incredible things and all that." I'm like, no, that's a red flag. Like
Yeah. It there's a massive difference, but
exactly.
uh, the difference is which one is true, or which one is truth, which one is based in truth. Um, so again, I'm proud of every single one of you for standing up and doing what a lot of people are scared to do and tell your story. It takes a lot. It
Yeah,
takes a lot of courage.
most people aren't standing up, and most people aren't speaking out about, hey, you know what,
Hmm.
I was manipulated.
Yeah, exactly.
They rather just be quietly hitting in shame, or I don't know. Like
Yeah, and you can't do that.
for
You
me,
you really can't because that's not helping anybody.
exactly. Even when you encourage me, or that last video you say like man, you gotta step up. I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? I will do it. Just like Lisa. If Lisa can do it, I know
Then you can do it too.
we're not love
Exactly.
bombing you, Lisa. I swear we're not love bombing you, but we just
Yeah,
wanna
yeah. We're not.
show
We're
our
not. We're not.
respect
We're,
to you.
we're not. We're not love bombing you, Lisa. I promise.
No,
I
no, we're
promise.
just
I promise. We
legit
all.
telling you
We
like we
all. We
respect
we
you.
we all. We all do love you. Just make sure you
Yeah,
make sure you pay your ditto.
like in a healthy way. We respect you standing up. So
Oh, but yeah, absolutely. And any one of
and
you
like I
out
said, there.
there who want to tell your story and are too afraid to, don't be. Reach out. It doesn't. You don't have to reach out to me, but reach out to anyone. anyone, because they're the only way that this is going to change is if we make that change happen.
Exactly.
So
So everyone
exactly.
should share their story and see where it could be just one little sentence. Oh, the one sentence that made me just question everything was it was this guy who got in like in his late teenager years, like 1920s, and he was there for only a couple months. He stepped out and he came back like 5 years later. And the people that used to be the higher pin, they left, and the people that didn't grow were still showing up. And that's when that was the big one where I was like, I've been that person that just kept showing up, showing up, showing up, and I had nothing to show for it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's when my
That's when it
reality
all.
shattered.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing to admit is or yeah, it's well, I should say it's the hardest realization is to admit when your reality shatters.
Hmm.
It's always the worst thing to admit. But all right, well, do you happen to have any last thing that you want to say to everyone?
Just don't be afraid to search online. Like keep searching, keep hearing testimonies, keep hearing people's stories. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, don't be afraid to stand up to your upline.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it might suck, but it's not.
yeah.
And they might try like convince you, like, oh no, you should stay. Like, like
Well, I would definitely agree with that. Absolutely, stand up to anyone.
yep,
Excuse me. Stand up to anyone who is not who's trying to manipulate you to do something that you don't want
exactly.
to do. You know. So very well said. Absolutely, I agree with all of that. Mike just said, "Well done," or oh, "Well said." That's what he said. Well said.
Yeah.
I don't want to misquote. Don't sue me for defamation. All right.
No, you're good, you're good, you're good.
Well, Hugo,
Yeah.
thank you, man. I'm proud of you.
Yep.
I'm so proud of you to come on and
No, I
tell your
appreciate it.
story.
Thank you.
And
Yep.
so is Lisa, so is Mike, so is everyone
Yeah.
that stopped in to watch this.
Yeah. And yeah, just looking back, like now I don't regret cross lining at all. So if you're gonna cross line, just go ahead and do it. So
Yeah,
there's
just go ahead and do it.
it
Break the
exposes their character.
rules,
Yeah.
guys. Break the
It exposes
rules.
their character. It exposes who they are. Because if you
Exactly.
can't hang out with someone you met, then
That you want
what's
to
the
hang out
point?
with,
So
you know? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. If you build
Exactly.
a good friendship, then exactly.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And just go back to the sponsor. I still remember times where I remember one time I did text one of his people that he recruited. I was like, hey, what time's the meeting? I got a long phone call saying, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Why are you messaging him? Why? Like, you only message me if you have a question about when the meeting is. I'll ask, like, hey, are you coming to the meeting tonight? And what time is it?
Mm, yeah.
He pretty much gave me a big lecture. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
So
Clowns, man.
that's why when people like go out, like, dude, let's go out. Let's go out to eat. Let's go out, have a drink. I don't drink anymore,
Exactly.
which is good. It helps my mental health now. The fact that I totally forgot to mention this last part, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay. Go
You
for
know
it.
your mental health is bad when you start numbing your you start
Yeah.
using substances. And it
Yes.
was 2023. I remember I couldn't get through the seminar, and it was a 3-day seminar. I couldn't get through it anymore. I would just start drinking during the seminar.
Mm.
By that I mean it will be it'll be Friday, I'll get through it sober. Saturday, we go out for breakfast, or I would just say, hey, I'm gonna go downstairs have breakfast at the hotel motel. And I would just ask the waiter, like, hey, it's breakfast, you serve mimosas, and I'll have like 2 or 3 mimosas and just get through the meeting. And then
Oh wow.
Sunday, I'll go to the mini mart, get like one of those like mini liquor things, hide it in a cup of like one of those like Starbucks cups. So it looks like I was just drinking Starbucks. In reality,
Yeah.
I was drinking liquor just to get through the function.
Jeez.
And at one point, and this was my very last year. Once I decided, like, I'm done with this, and it was because I had IBS. I was recommended to take these like CBD, THC, like oil drops, so it can calm down the anxiety in my internal system.
Yeah.
But it only said take the recommended dose. But because I just didn't want to be in the meeting anymore, I would start double, triple dosing. That way I can just get through the meeting and not be
That's
part of it. So
that's dangerous.
exactly. That's I'm like, I'm glad I'm out. I'm glad I'm sober. I'm glad I don't drink anymore. I'm glad I don't take THC or CBD gummies. Like yeah. That's how you know when it gets bad. When you start numbing yourself or you start or whatever, substancing yourself, stuff like that.
Wow. Wow.
So I guess I would share that big part, but and it's funny. I actually met a lot of people. They're like, "Oh yeah, like I will puff a joint just to get through the function." I actually met,
Well,
yeah, just because
Lisa
they
just
couldn't.
said
Go
that
ahead.
she was stoned for 10 years at every function.
No way! Oh god, I
So,
can't imagine the amount of people that pretty much, yeah,
well,
like they
the
probably
only
had it.
way, I look, I can't blame Lisa for doing that because that's probably the only way you could ever really get through those fucking functions. That's
Yeah,
probably the only
it's
way you could ever
brutal.
really
Yeah,
tolerate anything that's coming out of these people's mouths, as if you're
yeah,
stoned out of your fucking mind.
yeah,
It's so, well, dude, that's awesome, man. And
yeah.
and
Yeah, so I can say like I'm sober now.
yeah,
I am.
yeah,
Mental health is
exactly.
better. Like I don't need
Yeah.
to medicate just because I feel anxiety or just yeah,
Well, congratulations to both you
yeah.
and
So I
Lisa.
guess let's wrap it up like that. Yeah.
Congratulations to both you and Lisa for being sober. Lisa just said
Yep.
she's sober 11 years now.
Yay.
So that's
But
awesome.
no, it's
Congratulations to
true.
both
You
of
just
you.
don't want to. Yeah. Mhm.
That's awesome. Well, I'm super happy for all of you. This is a happy day for all of us to talk about our stories.
Yeah.
And
So I felt
again,
like now that yeah, there's probably more things they're probably gonna pop up, but we
well,
can use that. We can
you
definitely have a
are,
different one. Yeah.
yeah, you are always more than welcome to come back on. And if you happen to have anything else that you want to talk about, channel's always here, buddy.
Yeah. And you can say that you can also have a panel, and we sure just
Oh yeah.
exchange memories or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
red flags. That yeah.
we could definitely pick a topic to talk about and then do a panel for
Mhm.
sure. That's something that I have in mind. So, I'll get with
Yep.
you, I'll get with Lisa, I'll get with all you guys. So,
Sounds good.
but that being said, thank you, Hugo, for
No,
coming
we're good.
on.
Okay, now we're ending it.
I appreciate you. Um because there are quite a few things that I didn't know about. So this was definitely valuable for me. And it was
Yeah.
valuable to all of us because Mike, he was actually contacted. If I remember correctly, he was actually contacted by an MLM. I don't think he was ever really wrapped up in an MLM, but this was also valuable for him. It is valuable to all of us.
Yeah, don't get
So
into MLMs.
yeah, don't
Those, yeah.
say no to drugs.
I know MLMs.
Say no to drugs, and MLMs are drugs. So, um,
Yeah.
but anyways, thank you all for watching. I really hope that you guys got some value out of this out of this conversation that we had. Um, thank you all. Just thank you all for the love and support. Thank you so much. And again, if anyone out there watching this now or even after, if there's a story that you want to tell, reach out. Reach out.
Yep. Share story. Be
Reach out.
bold.
So
You got one life.
you only have one life, so treat it wisely.
Yep.
All right. Well, that is going to conclude tonight, guys. Thank you all. I wish you all a lovely night and a happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Tomorrow is
Now we can be
Thanksgiving.
grateful. We're not gonna pork on
Exactly.
one.
Yes, we are thankful that we are out of these MLMs, right?
Yep.
Exactly. So you guys make sure you have a good night. And if any of you need me, give me a call. All right.
Yep.
Love you all, guys.
Peace out. Bye.
Bye, guys.